Welcome guys, another club review here. We've got the brand new Srixon Z565 iron to have a little look at today. Obviously Srixon brought out a family of the Z65 range following on very successful Z45 range that they've been out for the last 2 years, which have sold out very quickly. Sold out massively more than what Srixon actually forecasted for, is a word I'm looking for. That took a while. So, you know, demand was huge for these, and I'm sure this is going to be no different. Just another great looking range here. Some small little tweaks here, which I'm just going to go through now. So obviously there's a more refined, detailed VT sole system, which they had on last year's model, but they've updated this a little bit. So there's that little run down there. You can see they've polished the back edge of that and left the front edge that sort of satin finish, which looks quite nice. So what they've done there is they've took more weight away from that back edge. I'll do it from this angle as well. So they've took more weight away from this back edge here, which allows it to go through the turf a little bit easier, basically keeping speed up. So creates more consistent ball speeds, which obviously reverts to more consistent spin and carry distances, which is what you're generally looking for in an iron like this. Now the 565 is the bigger headed of the three models they offer. So you've got a slightly sort of thicker sole against the 765 and 965. You've got that little bit of cavity here, but this is actually undercut slightly. Just get this at a right angle. Watch my display there. So you can see it's cut back there. So pulling that CG away from the face, but pulling it low in the head. It just provides that better consistency on miss hits here. So this is possibly aimed at a golfer who is might just spread his strike pattern a little bit, but still wants a forged iron and still wants a neat look. And this is definitely what you're getting, which I think a lot of brands are starting to bring this sort of style of club out here. Mizuno, for instance, you know, with the JPX 900 forged, you know, you've got that undercut there, but as you present it down by the ball, you've got a very sort of classic look and it's forged. So I think it's a popular option here, and I think what you find a lot of guys will do with this, and I've done this previously in fittings, is you might go in the 765 and then combo these and have these in your longer iron, so generally 3-4 iron, possibly 5 iron. A little bit harder to use. This is just a little bit more friendly, so that is a good sort of option. I think the Srixon staffer Keegan Bradley does the same sort of thing. He has the 5s in the long irons there, just to help that slightly higher launch here, which is really what this iron's sort of designed to do. They've got away from the little chamfer. The last model had a little chamfered heel and toe section, so they've done away with that. So again, it's repositioning weight in terms of trying to create more sort of ball speed. This little V section here has sort of slid more towards the toe of the head, where last year's model was more sort of back towards the heel section. And the grooves are slightly bigger now, so helping to move debris away from the face of the club, especially when you're hitting out of like semi-rough, wet conditions. Again, helps to create a consistency of spin and carry distance. Okay, got laser milling in between each groove, so again, consistent spin. So very much an iron that Srixon saying is aimed to be more consistent as opposed to longer hitting. The lofts are slightly stronger. I'm just looking at the website here. So 6 iron loft here is 27 degrees here. Okay, so just a degree stronger than the 765, and then a degree stronger then from the bladed 965. So, but it'd be interesting to see with that weight pulled off the back and lower down, how the peak of the flight comes out. Even though it's a lower loft, it'd be interesting to see how that peak of the flight sort of comes out and the spin number on it. So without further ado, let's hit some golf balls. Let's see how it performs, and we'll give you a little bit of feedback on looks and feel. Okay, so just have a quick look at this from the playing position here as you present it down by the ball. You can see, again, it's a very classic look. I think when you class this as more as a game improvement iron, when you present it down by the ball, it by no means looks like one, because generally the game improvement is a very thick top edge, big offset, you know, large profile from heel to toe section here, but you can it's still fairly sort of slimish mid sort of top edge there. They've shaped it fractionally different, and that's the first thing that really stood out when I looked at it. Was it looked a bit slimmer than the previous 5 model. But it's probably not, it's just shaped it differently, so it looks a little bit slimmer. So presenting that down by the ball, it looks like you've got the 765 in your hand here, definitely. But obviously when you look at the back of it, you've got there's that undercut. You can see a little bit more detail there. You know, it's a beautiful looking golf club there. Just have a look from the front section here. Just got my HMT stickers on there. You can probably just see those laser milling there, just getting close to that laser milling between each groove there, just to help that consistency of spin. I'm just going to pull into shot here the last year's model. So this is the 545, get them at a right angle here. So you can see there, the 545 on the left definitely looks like a thicker top line there. It's probably not, it's just a slightly different colour and just shaped slightly different at the back. It's just chamfered off on the 65 on the right hand side there, which makes it look a little bit sort of neater. Just looking at the toe section there, just a fractionally bigger toe section with the one on the right, the 65 version. Okay, but again, two very good looking golf irons. Okay, so we're just going to hit some shots with the 565 here. As I say, presenting that down the golf ball, behind the ball, it looks great. I mean, it's just a classic sort of club. I keep using this word classic. That's probably the best way to sort of describe it, really. You know, as I said before, when I do put it down, it looks very similar to the 765. I think without looking and turning, it's quite difficult to see it. Probably when you have them both side by side, you probably see the difference, but you know, it definitely doesn't look a game improvement iron. So let's hit some shots. Let's see how it goes. I've got the Modus 130 Tour shaft in here, in stiff and 1/2 inch longer, 2 degrees upright, which is my sort of spec. Feels great. Yeah, that looks quite a highish flight, that. Pitching at 188. Interesting, because these, as I say, these lofts are 1 degree stronger than the 7 model, so it'd be interesting to see this actual peak height of it, because obviously with the CG lower and more pulled off, it's designed to hit a higher ball flight, yet the lofts are stronger. So sometimes when you just read lofts on screen on the website, you think, oh, it's a strong loft, it's going to go miles. You know, I think you've got to look into it a little bit deeper. You know, for instance, like getting on a launch monitor and looking at some data. Wow, I think I've just fallen in love. That is one beautiful iron. Feels fantastic, and it feels really quite easy to hit there. Definitely, I don't know whether it's my influence of, or the influence of the club on me there, but I've just felt like I could hit that from any lie. Whatever I'm going to do with it, it's going to get up there and hit a certain distance. It just feels beautiful. Let's have a look at some numbers and see if that sort of backs up what I'm sort of feeling there initially. Okay guys, so there's my dispersion with the 565 there. I was really quite happy with that. Just a couple turned over, one slightly pushy, but really quite happy. There's a dispersion ring with regards to the green there. So most of these shots are hitting the green. I actually hit a few which went over it. I'm actually at 188 yards out here. So let's have a look at some numbers. So averaging on your club head speed, 92.7, ball speed 127.4. Now, this is quite interesting. Launching average 17.6. I've just done a review of the 765 model, which is 1 degree weaker, yet I was launching that a fraction lower. Quite interesting here. So this one is a degree stronger, yet I'm launching it a little bit higher there. Spin's just down a little bit there, but having said that, I've got one right in the middle there at 3,500. That's just a slightly heavy contact, which has just dragged a bit of spin off. So it's probably very similar to the 7 series here. The peak height, interesting again, I think it was, off the top of my head, it was 33 yard peak height with the 765. This with the 565 is actually 2 yards higher. Okay, yet it's 1 degree stronger on the loft. So this just backs up what I was saying before. Don't always look at the website, look at the loft and think, oh, this is just going to come out low with no spin, it's going to go miles. It's actually launching higher. So the CG in the head with it being pulled down and away from the face is helping that. What it's doing is it settles in that slightly higher ball flight there. So that's giving me a slightly steeper descent angle and a carry distance of 191. I think the average on the 765 was 188, so a fraction more on average. Okay, so there we have it, the details and data numbers from the Z565 iron from Srixon. You know, very similar to what I said with the 765, it's that muted sort of sound, very sort of buttery feel. Yet you've got a lot of forgiveness back in there, and this sort of lower CG is just helping that slightly higher ball flight there. So again, this always comes back to the process that you've got to go through the fitting process with the local fitter to try these, because as you appreciate, everybody delivers different dynamic loft, angles of attack, etc. So that's why most of these brands, Srixon, are no different. They offer 3 different models to try and suit 3 different golfers in terms of what they want to see look-wise, what they're trying to hit in terms of ball flight and spin number, and then ultimately what you're getting at the other end of the scale in terms of distance. But I've got a feeling a lot of 765 or what was 745 sort of customers might start to go into this 565. I'm quite tempted myself, to be honest. You know, I love the 765, it's fantastic, but that looks not that dissimilar as I presented down by the ball, but I've got a lot of forgiveness behind that. It just felt so easy to clip it away. I could might even just combo these possibly in my set. Interesting, I'll have to do a little bit more testing myself on that. But some really good numbers backing up exactly what Srixon's saying. Consistency, consistent spin, the 5 series hitting that slightly higher ball flight, and it's definitely doing that with me. So go and test these yourselves, but it's a cracker. You'll be very impressed, I would say. So again, with all the other Srixon irons, no upcharges on shaft upgrades or grip upgrades. So value wise, fantastic. Really are a good set of irons, and they do look the business. I know this doesn't affect anything, but sat in the bag, they look quality. So, you know, go and give them a test. Let me know, comment below how you get on. Have you already got the 45 range? Would you consider maybe upgrading to the 65? You know, the changes are subtle, but there is a difference there. I'll probably do a separate video of comparison between the 545 against the 565 and just see if there is a difference there. But it's a new toy, it's shiny, it's got some added features. I'd buy it. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Stay tuned because I'm going to reviews of the 965 coming very soon. Already done the 765, which is on my channel, and the Woods will be following very shortly as also. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.